Thanks everybody for your continued patience. I know our board's coordinator, Rebecca Schultz, is walking around the dais to ensure everybody is set with their technology. We'll be with you in just a moment. Kyra, thanks for your support as well. Kyra's another staff member here at the MPO. Appreciate that.
Charlene, are you going to do the roll call?
Chair Johnson, I have to participate remotely because I'm out of the area. You're more than welcome to do it as we traditionally do it. Just have folks who are participating physically in the room acknowledge, and then you can just maybe work around the room from whichever direction you please. And then for those folks that are participating remotely, and I think there should be a couple today, possibly 2 or 3, just ask them to chime in also.
Okay, because I don't have any list here of the order of the people, of everybody. So we'll just have each person say their name and go around?
Yeah, just go around the room. That'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. You ready?
Milo Isena, Agency for Persons with Disabilities.
Good afternoon, Ephraim Crenshaw with the Broward County Community Action Agency.
I need to call the meeting to order first because I didn't do that. So I'm going to call the Transportation Disadvantaged Local Coordinating Board September 20th meeting to order. And before we actually begin, I need to point out to you the emergency exits. So just make sure everybody knows where they are in case there was some reason we had to use them. And now we can go on to the roll call. So if we want to start at the end there, you can say your name and your agency.
Milo Isena, the Agency for Persons with Disabilities.
Ephraim Crenshaw, Broward County Community Action Agency.
Danielle McGill with the Historic Center.
You're a Sherritt Citizen Advocate alternate.
Bob Sidlecki, representing residents over the age of 60 in transportation matters.
Mary Doisman, Florida Department of Transportation.
Broward County, Owen Walker. I'm from Elderly and Veterans, representing Veteran Services.
Maria Chiari, Florida Department of Children and Families. Aging.
All right, thank you very much. We do have a quorum. And the next thing on the agenda is approval of minutes. So if you're going to make a motion, would you please say your name first and then make the motion, or say the motion and then say your name? That way we make.
Chair Johnson, you might want to just check to see if there's any members online.
Oh, that's right. And also, how about you, Paul?
Paul Strobus, Director of Paratransit Services, Broward County Transit.
Okay, and if there's any members online, would you go ahead and say your name, please, and what you represent?
Danielle McGill, Historic Center.
One else besides Danielle? Is this good or bad? Okay, I wasn't sure what that symbol meant. Looked like football. All right, so having read the minutes of May 17th, does anyone have any questions about those minutes? All right, therefore, could we have a motion and a second to approve them?
So move, Melanie McGill.
A second?
Loisina, second.
Okay, thank you. We need to have approval of the agenda. So could we have a motion for that, please?
So move, Melanie McGill.
Second, Bob Sidlecki.
All right, thank you. Rebecca, do we have any public comments?
No, Chair, we do not.
We do not? Okay.
Yeah, maybe I had tried that earlier. It's one with a camera.
Let the record show that Charlotte Mather, I always will remember her as Charlotte Mather, but Charlotte Mather Taylor is here. Thank you. All right, so we'll move on to our first action item, the motion to approve the 2022 LCB meeting schedule. As most of you know, our meetings are the third Monday of every month, but for next year, the first meeting in January is going to be the fourth meeting due to the fact that the third Monday is Martin Luther King's birthday. And our second meeting will be May 16th, the third meeting September 19th, and the fourth meeting October 17th. So if there's no objections to those,
I'll make the motion. Melanie McGill, so moved.
a second.
Mary Doisman, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. The second item is motion to appoint a grievance committee. The grievance committee, the purpose of it is to establish a process and procedure to provide regular opportunities for issues to be brought before it. Fortunately, it doesn't have to meet very often, but we need to appoint a grievance committee. And if anyone would like to volunteer, I'd be open to hear or see your hand go up. All right, Charlotte, one. Paul,
You need 3 people.
3 people.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Melanie McGill.
Melanie, Bill.
And Danielle McGill.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Those are our 3 people. All right. Can we have a motion to approve these 3 people for our grievance committee?
Ephraim Crenshaw, so moved.
Second.
Maria Chiari, second.
Okay. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? If you oppose it, it means you have to go on it. So be careful. All right. Fourth action item, the motion to recommend Broward MPO approve LCB membership appointment system user. And this is to fill a vacancy for the system. Did I skip one? I'm sorry, I skipped one. Motion to recommend Broward MPO approve LCB membership reappointment for private transportation. The positions have expired of the current people there, so they need to be reappointed. The primary person, Mark Levitt, and the alternate, Hazen Dummerell. And I assume that they've been spoken to and that they have agreed to it. So does anybody have anything they'd like to add to that? All right, then we can have a motion to approve.
So moved. Melanie McGill.
Second, Bob Sidlecki.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. You know what, I think I,
No, you're good.
no, I didn't, I did it right, sorry. Fourth action item, motion to recommend Broward MPO approve the LCB membership appointment system user. And that's to fill a vacancy. It's not for an expiration. That's Jake McIntyre as the alternate. We have a primary person that's in place there, but we need a recommendation in Jack and am I saying his name right? Poor thing. Jake as the alternate.
So moved. Melanie McGill.
Second.
Maria Chiari, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously. And the last action item here is the motion to approve the coordination agreement between Broward County as the community transportation coordinator and the Lighthouse of Broward as an authorized non-reimbursed transportation disadvantaged operator. And Paul is an expert on this, so if you would like to explain that to them.
Sure. So
If they have any questions.
nonprofit agencies throughout the county contact us when they want to provide transportation to individuals that are generally traveling to their facilities. We go into this coordinated agreement with them where they'll report their ridership to the county as part of the overall system, to the AOR every year. It also allows them to apply for 5310 federal grant funds to help with capital purchases for vehicles. The agreement includes state standard safety and security requirements that they report to us, vehicle inspections and things like that.
Does anybody have any questions for Paul? All right, can we have a motion to approve?
So move, Melanie McGill.
Joyceman, second.
All right, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Such a good get-together group. Non-action items, paratransit update and transportation disadvantage grant tracking report. And Mr. Strobus will deliver that report for us.
Well, good afternoon again. I'm Paul Strobus, the Director of Paratransit at Broward County Transit. Some of the activities that we've had since our last meeting in May, Broward County Transit started fare collection again on June 1st. And so that allowed our section to start offering TD funded bus passes again beginning in June. And paratransit fares had started being collected again. We were awarded our Transportation Disadvantage Trip and Equipment Grant for the new fiscal year, which began July 1st. With all of the problems last year due to COVID and the pandemic, ridership loss, sales revenue down for the state, the awarded grant amount, we anticipated a lower amount. We ended up being awarded about $330,000 less than our previous year's grant, which was better than I expected, to be honest with you. So we just began that grant last month. And right now we've got ridership that's trending about 4% lower than the grant estimates, as you can see in the report that was attached for the first 2 months. In June, the CTD held their business meeting, and one of the main items that I addressed to the board in our last meeting was the discussion of TD services that occur within transit agencies like ours with a very large ADA service area. We made our position very well known to the board that we're against that. The Federal Transit Administration Civil Rights Office issued a letter through the Florida Public Transportation Association that indicated that an agency like the CTD should not consider ADA service sponsored under the letter of the law. Even though they had that, the position of FPTA, many of the CTCs across the state, the CTD staff presented to the board a recommendation to disallow any TD services that occur within the ADA service area, with a small caveat that reserves their right to change their mind later on. So we have continued to advocate that we feel it's discriminatory to the disadvantaged population, that there are services that we can render to individuals that may not be ADA qualified or that do meet ADA transportation eligibility, but can't afford the fares that occur on the system. So we will be continuing a discussion with FPTA and some of our peers. FDOT has also stepped in and they are going to be doing a study on the impact of this decision. The Secretary of Transportation actually spoke to the CTD, the FPTA Executive Director. He supports our position. And so, we're going to continue to fight this. The next business meeting for the CTD is in October during the annual conference. I'll be attending in person to try to continue to push that we don't want that policy to stay in place. So I'll keep the board appraised as it continues.
anyone have anything they'd like to ask Paul about that?
No.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next administrative item. That's the E-Town Hall meeting on helping Broward move, which I think is really exciting. It's going to be a combination of the MPO, Broward County Transit, and TOPS, the city of Margate, and at the Northwest Focal Point Senior Citizen, and it's virtual, September 29th at 7 p.m. And the link to that is on your agenda if you didn't check there. Paul, you want to tell them more about it? I think this is a great thing that we should all listen to.
Well, I think, you know, the whole guise of it is to get the word out there, what's available for individuals in our community. We all know that transportation is a major barrier for a lot of our population. And so, you know, having this town hall, it's an evening program. I believe it starts around 7 p.m. It'll be a virtual event. And so they've asked myself, and we've got Karen Diaz from Northwest Focal Point, which is a senior center in Margate that provides transportation, and Danielle McGill is going to participate as well with all of her experience and expertise in advocating for transportation. So we want to provide a perspective and information about what's out there for people, answer any questions. And, you know, we hope that it's well attended. So.
Questions? Okay, I hope we can all listen in. Next one, Broward Senior Hall of Fame awardee, our LCB alternate Vera. We were very proud of you. We said that last time, and now we have a little something so that everybody can share a little bit in.
I'd like to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you to Charlene Burke for nominating me. It was her nomination that caused me to win the award.
Oh, that's good.
It was most appreciated.
And it was certainly well deserved.
Thank you.
For sure. Yep, well deserved.
We have a really short video clip. If I believe Rebecca is ready to activate that, if we could.
United Way and the Children's Services Council of Broward.
I'd like to thank the Area Wide Agency on Aging for persevering during the pandemic that we have and honoring those seniors who volunteer and give so much of their lives to the programs here in Broward County. I'm humbled and honored to join them, those who have been honored in the past and those to be honored in the future. I'd like to thank Charlene Burke for nominating me. She is a member of the MPO staff who serve on the transportation board, and she nominated me as a result of my many, many years of serving with transportation. The program we have in Broward was started with the United Way, and the county took up the program and funded it well ahead of the rest of the state of Florida. And I can honestly say we have one of the best programs that serve our seniors as well as those in need of transportation. All the programs in the world can't be used unless people can get to them. And that's the important part, is getting people to where they need to be. I volunteered after retiring because it keeps me active, it keeps me busy, it keeps me organized. I also volunteer with the Kid Care program. So I'm volunteering on both spectrum of aging. I'd like to say thank you again to AAA for persevering, and I appreciate very much. I'm humbled and honored.
I have the pleasure this afternoon of introducing.
Very good. Thank you so much. It's people like Vera that help keep this county and keep everything moving along by donating their time and energy and everything. So we thank you. Next, the upcoming CTD business meeting, which is the Florida Commission for Transportation Disadvantaged Convention. And I believe it's October 24th through the 27th in One place said Daytona, one place said TBA, Daytona. Okay, and then there's also the Florida Public Transportation Association, Florida Commission for the Transportation Disadvantaged Annual Conference plus Expo. And that's a different one, right? The same thing?
Yeah, just for clarification. So the FPTA and the CTD combine their annual conference. There's a golf tournament that begins on the 24th or 25th. The actual conference begins Monday morning, the 26th. CTD events are generally Tuesday and Wednesday. The award ceremony and dinner is Wednesday night. And the CTD business meeting is during the day, I believe on Monday, the 26th.
No, so the dates weren't even close that I gave. Right. Anybody have any question about either one of those meetings? You'll be attending them?
Yes, I'll be attending the conference.
Need to know after.
It is available to anybody on the board that wants to attend as well. There are many breakout sessions that talk about various issues across the state. You get to have the opportunity to speak with members of FDOT at the state level, Tallahassee. The CTD executive team are there, as well as peers across the state. There's sessions both for operations, planning, maintenance, and then there are an expo this year, which allows various vendors to show the technologies, the vehicles, the different programs that are out there as well for the disadvantaged in the transportation industry.
Thank you.
Chair Johnson, this is Charlene Burke again. I just wanted to add, I'll be in attendance as well as the staff for the MPO in support of the LCB. And as Paul mentioned, if there is enough money in the budget, if there is a board member that wanted to participate, they could just drop me an email and let me know. I know that Vera has participated in the past. I know that Danielle McGill has participated, but on her own separately. So that is an opportunity that remains available to the board members. It's a great place to deep dive and learn a lot about the complete operations, that whole synergy of all of us working together. So just a matter of communicating with me. I'm happy to facilitate that for any member or alternate that has interest.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're down to member comments, and I know that Vera has something that she'd like to present to us. So would you like to have the floor?
Vera Sherritt. I would like to give kudos to the Department of Transportation, more specifically to the Turnpike Authority. Some of you may be aware that each Turnpike Plaza usually has a food section. Many of them have Dunkin' Donuts that you can purchase, travelers can purchase donuts and coffee. It came to our attention recently that all of the donuts were being shipped, and after 4 hours, they can no longer sell the donuts. That's a Dunkin' Donuts rule. So all of the donuts that were more than 4 hours old were being disposed of, because the regulation with DOT is that in order to receive them, they would have to be picked up. I was made aware, and I made a phone call to the Miami Rescue Mission. Miami Rescue Mission was amenable to picking up the donuts. They're all shipped down to mile marker 9, I think, down in Miami-Dade. And Miami Rescue Mission, who has several homeless assistance shelters in Dade County, they opened up Broward Outreach Center. We have 2 Broward Outreach Center homeless assistance shelters in Broward. In Dade County, they assist single parents in securing step-up housing. So we made a phone call, and the Miami Rescue Mission met with the folks from Dunkin' Donuts, and we now have it in place that all of the donuts that were being basically trashed are now going to Miami Rescue Mission. They're going to a good cause. I've been given the estimate, it's about 7,000 donuts and bagels a week. And what puts a smile on my face is some of those are going to single parent households who obviously would not have money in the budget for Dunkin' Donuts. So this is an ongoing project. I've photocopied the Turnpike magazine article. and it will be, I'm assuming, attached in the minutes for next week. But I was very pleased to see the Turnpike and DOT step up and make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you for. That's great. That's a horrible thing when you see places throwing away perfectly good food and you think about the people that are so needy. It makes me crazy. It's like a elementary school cafeteria where the kids all dump their lunches away. Okay. Any other members have anything they'd like to share with us? All right. I guess if there's nothing else, Charlene, you don't have anything else?
No, just if a board member has interested to join the Florida Public Transportation Association / Florida Commission for Transportation Disadvantage Annual Conference and Expo, just to reach out to me. And thank you to all the members who are there today. And I will see everyone in October.
All right. And I thank you all for attending today and doing such a good job with your motions and seconds. And we will see you on October 18th. Thank you. Oh, wait, I need a motion to make that official. A motion to adjourn.
You're sure it's so moved for adjournment.
In a second.
From Crenshaw, second.
All right, thank you. Meeting adjourned.